Mark Megan's Weekly Roast, a GoLoud original. With thanks to butternutbox.com, delivering tailored meals straight to your door. Because fresh food means happy dogs.
Welcome back to the Weekly Roast. How's it going, guys? How the hell are you? How are your hearts? And of course, how are your heads? Guys, very special guest here today. The one, the only, Mr. Calvin O'Brien from Talking Bollox.
Mark Megan.
How's it going?
I love how professional you just turned. I'm not even going to go into what we were talking about 30 seconds ago.
As soon as the lights are on, let's go.
You're like your mum when she gets a phone call.
For those of you unfamiliar, which is probably only two of you, Calvin is the presenter, creator behind the Talking Bollox podcast. The probably like top 5 biggest podcasts in the country.
Do you know what? We have this problem, and I think it's an Irish thing where it's just like, yeah.
You don't like saying it.
But let's call a spade a spade. I think it is. Yeah,
you started it when?
We started in November 2020.
Okay.
I in my ma's kitchen.
Unbelievable.
Talking into a phone, edited it on my phone.
Was it?
Yeah. Literally put the phone between me and Terry, recorded it on some sort of fucking recording app.
Yeah.
Edited it on an app that I just downloaded then an hour after that. And that was it. Uploaded it to Spotify. Wasn't going to upload it. That was the plan. I was like, that is shite. No one's going to want to hear that.
Yeah.
That was on like a Monday. Thursday morning, Terrence rang me and I was out getting lunch in the height of COVID. And he's like, are you putting that up? I was like, Terrence, it's not great. Like, And he's like, no, do you know what? Scrap the whole thing. Forget about it. I was like, no, I feel bad. Because he's had to put his time into it. Yeah. The least I could do was upload it for the fella.
Yeah.
Uploaded it. Friday morning, we're number 1 in the country.
Jesus. So it was that instant?
That instant, yeah. Like, literally overnight success.
Self-doubt truly is our biggest competitor.
100%.
I think people would be surprised because we talk a lot. Like a lot. Over WhatsApp and stuff. And I think we're probably both victims of our environment in terms of like our accents. People make a lot of assumptions. We both, like, that's what we oftentimes share that like, you know, you meet somebody particularly in the quote unquote industry and they just instantly label you because they're like, yeah, grand, you must be making that type of content or you're that type of person because of your voice. Yeah. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, we're at both ends of the spectrum, realistically. And well, it's a good metaphor as well, considering like you're from South Dublin, I'm from North Dublin. And
where exactly in North Dublin?
Shamrock Street. So it's literally right off Talbot Street.
Okay.
It actually joins up to O'Connell Street as well. Yeah. But from the Gloucester Diamond. But like someone said it to me before, the reason why they resonate with the podcast so much is because when they look at two young bloods, where we're from, how we speak, how we dress, our mannerisms, it's like you think illiterate, can't articulate themselves, unintelligent, will never go on to achieve anything, and then like we're breaking the mold of that. And to me, that's what I want. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to paint a picture that's been painted for us. Like, hold on for a minute. No. We control the narrative here. I done a thing with RTE Radio 2 weeks ago when the election was on, and the producer rang me before it and he's like, look, I was on the phone to him for half an hour. It was all about like, how do we get more people to vote, because that constituency notoriously has a very, very, very bad turnout.
Yeah.
And I'm always telling people, if you ever want anything done, unless you're actually going out and voting, no matter who you're voting for, once the government say there's votes to be won here, we better take action.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought it was going to be. But we went in, I sat down, and in the intro to the chat that we were about to have, it was like, so we have people from the area, and there's been plenty of stories told about the area, none of them positive. And I remember thinking like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And they went on to mention the riots, they went on to mention people protesting at iPass centres, and they went on to mention the feud. And I was like, right, let's just go back 12 months, right? Let's go back 12 months. March this year, a fella who we've had on the podcast, and only recently again, from Sheriff Street, sold out the Tree Arena, and he wasn't even the main event, and that was Pierce O'Leary, won a world title in boxing, right? One of the nicest fellas you'll ever meet, and I know him since he was a kid. Like, growing up, you just knew this fella is going to win a world title. Right. You know what I mean? No matter what. That was cast aside. We go back to November. What happened in November? Ireland beat Portugal, and then they went on to beat Hungary against all the odds. Who scored the goals? Troy Parrott. Where's he from? He's from Mary's Mansions, literally across the road from where I'm from. That was, again, overlooked. And then we have a double...
Do you think that was overlooked?
No, but I mean in this scenario
Excuse me, sorry,
yes.
the context of
yes.
this guy. Oh, yeah.
And then Kelly Harrington, double Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can you say none of them are positive when I'm at giving you 3 examples?
Because there's no nuance, though. And I think that's, like, it's the most exhausting element of... It's the most exhausting thing of all time is expecting people to look at anything, by the way, in a nuanced way. And people don't. Every single issue that's happening at the moment is being delivered to us in a non-nuanced way. It's just black, white, and that's what, unfortunately, that's what people want as well. That's what the punters reading the news want as well. They want to be able to just go, yeah, everyone from that area is scum. Yeah. Everyone from that area is a posh twat, and that's the end of it. There's no middle ground. Because also, by the way, sorry, it's like the reason why people believe in conspiracy theories, because ultimately it makes them easier. It makes it easier for them to justify why things haven't worked out if the game is rigged.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, look, today we're here to discuss the Leaving Cert. Because, like...
On more serious matters.
More serious matters, the Leaving Cert. We also have Ed Smith, the legendary, beloved Ed Smith, in the room with us today.
Yeah, I like that smell in a lot of podcasts now that kind of hovers around.
It's a lovely musk.
It's a nice musk.
We're very, very grateful to have it on board with us. Guys, today we're looking at the Leaving Cert disasters, exam disasters. Our friend Mystery Mick, or Mr. E. Mick, as one listener referred to him as yesterday, is over in Portugal getting married. So it's a bit of a make it up as you go along podcast today. In lieu of voice notes, we're going to be doing some readouts of some of your best contributions yesterday on the roast. Ed and Calvin, fingers at the trigger. Are you ready for the first one?
Just before we go.
Okay.
How did you go on your Leaving Cert?
How did you... Okay, there you go. Guess.
See, I don't want to just go and undo.
Look, I was undiagnosed ADHD. I tried to drop out countless times. 2 weeks before the Leaving Cert, I was out drinking and my mum was ringing me, like pleading with me to come home and like do some study. And I was like, no, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I was just like drinking in a pub. Now, I was right in a way because that's where I certainly wanted to be. But I didn't do any work for the Leaving Cert.
Same. I'm going to say, had you any aspirations of going to college? CAO, like? I considered doing, I think, drama.
Right. Somewhere, or English, but then didn't. I wanted to move to Los Angeles.
Right.
Didn't happen. I went as far as Brighton, but...
I'm going to say less than 400 points.
Yeah, you'd be wrong with that.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I still got 450, like.
Fuck off.
Well, I mean, I'd be, a linguistic savant in many ways, so I managed to get 100% in English.
Did you actually?
Genuinely, yeah. Got the A1 in English, got a D3 in ordinary level maths.
To me, that's like waste of talent.
Got to be... Wait, I've written a fucking best-selling book.
No, you have, but I mean, getting 450 points, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, but that's just I wasn't ready for it. I hate institutions, man. I was like terrible in school. I really, really wasn't able to... English, I adored. History, I adored. Irish I adored as well. I got a B1 in Honours Irish. There's only like 11 of us doing Honours Irish. Ordinary level maths. I didn't do any business, didn't do any science. French, in the end I think I only got a B3 or a C1 in French, which is a complete piss take because I was very good at French. And then I did religion, which is just it's a swindle really to do religion because you just have to write down. At this point, I think I was the first year which religion existed as a Leaving Cert subject. So I knew that the correctors were just going to be like aged old nuns. Yeah. So I just wrote with a ridiculously staunch Catholic perspective. Yeah. Been like, look, I'm open to all religions, but the Muslims on the straight A. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So 450.
Lovely.
Yourself?
Yeah. I couldn't even tell you. I think I only got into college based off my economic background. You know what
really?
I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Here's game. Yeah. Here's game. You know, where they give you like an extra 100 points because like...
But you've used it now, like.
Come here.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
All you need is the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what's mad? The second my first day in college, I was like, oh, this is completely different to school. Like, I'm going to do well.
See, sorry to interrupt you. That's what I do regret. Like, I feel now, looking back, that I actually probably could have flourished in an environment like university, which is more conducive to being a self-starter and like actually engaging more on a more...
Like, if you're not there, they don't give a bollocks.
See, that's it. But school, man, no.
I hate school.
No.
I failed English.
Did you?
Failed English. I gambled because...
There was a lad in our year, so bad, but I convinced him that there was going to be an oral in foundation English in the Leaving Cert.
Oh, Mark. I still failed it.
Hello. My name is Paul.
I have 2 brothers and we play football on the weekend.
When the weather is dog, I like to go to the beach with my guitar. Do you know what I mean? The town square is postcard. Like,
I took the biggest gamble.
Go on.
It was the last year Seamus Heaney was going to be on the curriculum.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, the teacher came in and goes, put your house on it, he's coming up. I was like, right. But then, like, remember you had to cover like 4 poets because like there's a chance one of them will come up. But it was like Sylvia Plath, and it was like, you get down the Leaving Cert, it's sunny, you're stuck inside, it's already depressing, you're 18, you don't want to be doing this shit.
I fucking love the poetry, man. Elizabeth Bishop, John Montague, Larkin.
All of them we had.
Really? I love that.
Bear in mind, I was the only one of me mates sitting in the Leaving Cert.
See, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, not to sound like, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. No, but genuinely, that is just bananas.
All my mates are out enjoying the summer, on the rip, open air parties, ringing me and all. I'm like, yeah, I have an exam, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, right, there's Sylvia Plath talking about the most depressing shit you'll ever read. And I'm like, all right, and what happened to her? Oh, she put her head in an oven, did she? Right, well, I'm not covering her. And then I was like, I could just gamble on it. Cover Seamus Heaney, know him down to a T. And at this...
But sorry, where did what's the word? I don't want to call it necessarily ambition, but where was the drive to actually do the Leaving Cert? Because if all my friends were out, I wouldn't have done it. If I hadn't out to not do it, I would have not done it.
All my mates went to Foss and you're on like 188 a week. And I remember thinking, that's outrageous.
So why didn't you?
I don't know what happened. I remember I was in 5th year and I had a bit of a Barney in the school, and my dad says, like, if you want to drop out, drop out. And I remember shitting myself then, being like, oh fuck,
yeah, okay.
what am I going to do now? And then I was like, you know what, I'll get it done.
That put manners on you in a way, like.
Yeah, but it was weird though, because it's like, right, go ahead, go on, do what you want. And I was like, oh fuck, like, it's not, you know, your parents are like, you can't say you play, you can't be going drinking, you have to be in at this time, and you're like, no, and you rebel. And then my dad was like, right, go on, drop out then. And I was like, oh, I was only messing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be up at 7, yeah.
I grew up at Bladen. I got into college with skin in my teeth and got a computer science degree, and now one of the top 5 biggest podcasts in the country, apparently.
Yeah, let's go. Nevertheless, we miss you, Mystery Mick, and happy wedding. I know a girl who, in her junior cert, got asked to write about the famine. She didn't know anything about it, so because it rhymed with salmon, she just wrote about the fish. So she was asked to write about the famine, but because she didn't know anything about that, the obvious choice would be to find a word that rhymes with famine. She thus found salmon and then wrote extensively about the gills of a fucking fish. It's completely insane.
That's actually impressive, right? One, how the fuck are you Irish
and
in the educational system and don't know anything about the famine, but you know more about salmons?
This is it.
What do you know about a salmon? Lives in a river, lays
upstream.
Eggs, goes upstream, gets ate by fucking every other animal in the fucking life cycle.
All right, Bear Grylls over here, and he seems to know a lot about salmon.
Almighty.
Don't ask me about Ungert the Moor. I know all about that.
What year was do you know a lot about the famine?
I know enough about it.
Would you consider it a genocide?
Yeah, I call it a genocide.
Yeah. I would say direct intentional starvation.
Yeah. And blocking aid coming from other countries to make them not look as bad for not helping.
Unbelievable book called East West Street. By, what's his name? Fucking Philippe Sands, I think. And it's basically about the term genocide didn't exist until after World War II. So they basically had to create a legal definition because crimes of such a magnitude had never been encountered before. So they go, right, well, we need to figure out legally what the definition is of the intentional eradication of a race. And genocida, gena is people in Latin, and cida means balls. No, it means people, is murder. Just trying to inject a bit of levity into the genocidal. Yeah, it's just at the back of
the light side of it.
When do you have to press pause on the edit? But so they East West Street and bananas. If the reason why it's called East West Street is because there's a city in Ukraine, in Lviv, I think, and something like 3 of the people that are like absolutely instrumental to World War II, both from a Nazi side, but then also from the legal side of creating this legal term. They all grew up like 2 streets away from each other.
I can see why you got 450 now.
Just a complete spoof. That's all fake.
Let's made it all up. Yeah,
imagine. Me.
Yeah.
That's ChatGPT straight up. My sister was doing... Which one of you is going to adopt the sort of jovial, convivial Mystery Mick demeanour?
I can do that. Yeah.
Sort of just like... Okay, ready? My sister was doing her junior cert home ec exam about 20 years ago. One of the questions asked was, what is awful? She thought the examiner had misspelled awful. So instead of writing about animal organs, she wrote, awful is when something really bad happens, like when the Twin Towers collapsed. Good stuff. I don't know if we're calling it a collapse, are we?
Could have been awfully. Could have been awfully. Which would have been way worse.
A few lines on Tullamore could have been...
It's a fine line between awful and awfully.
How far into that, as the person who corrects it, do you go before I be like, fuck this, and just skip it?
Just like...
Surely you're not getting past the
I wonder, has it ever happened where they're reading it and they've gone, oh God, they've absolutely fucking read this wrong. But the answer they have given is brilliant. Do they... You dock the marks for like, fuck, you misread that word. But if that word did exist in the question, this is sublime.
I often wonder, well, in our history exam, we got done because, I won't remember now what it was, but one of these things where we were absolutely certain that, say, I don't know what, conscription was going to come up or whatever, right? And everybody thought this was going to come up, and then it just didn't. And we were all looking around each other in the exam hall. So I just wrote an essay going, we were told by our teacher that this is going to come up and it didn't come up. So here's 4 pages on it. I don't know now if I got any points for it.
I done something similar. Because Seamus Heaney didn't come up. But I know everything about Seamus Heaney.
Yeah.
And then there was a section in the history paper.
Yeah.
So that was, sorry, English. This was in the history paper. About Seamus Heaney being from Northern Ireland. I was like, I'll tell you all about that, pal.
There you go. I love it. I do think there's...
One Heaney fits all, yeah.
Awful is the Twin Towers. Where were you when the Twin Towers went down?
I was reading Seamus Heaney.
Yeah. I was out playing. I remember, like... just roaming the streets with my mates, and one of them says like, "God, you see what happened with them buildings in New York?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But this was at a time when like you were out of the house all day.
I was getting collected from school because I think it was like my first day or second day, no, September the 11th. Maybe it was the second week back in school. I'd started in a new school, and I remember all the mums in the car park were chatting about it, and it was then like home. It was the only time I remember being able to eat our dinner in front of the TV as a family.
Yeah.
Because it was just this, it was so significant.
There was a fella in my class, his dad was in New York at the time.
Really?
And like the whole next morning, he was like distraught, and the principal had to come in, he was like, yeah, your dad's grand, he's had been on the phone. So he had to ring the school to let him know he was alright. And I was like, fuck, what? It's only when you look back now, you think like, Jesus Christ, like, he wouldn't have been in school today if that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, it's crazy.
So I can't remember if it was the Leaving Cert or Junior Cert. I think maybe Leaving Cert, but I was asked to write about a pastry dessert.
What?
Oh no! Let me think about this.
Couldn't think of one. No, so I wrote about sausage rolls.
Sorry, asked to write about a pastry.
I don't think it was the Leaving Cert. Certainly not.
I'm missing something here. Let me think.
So this girl was sitting down to do
this LTA, was it?
Yeah. This is the one where we have the English oral at the beginning, and then they go, now write about a croissant there, love.
My God.
Right about sausage rolls. Surely there's not much difference between a sausage roll and an almond croissant.
I'm not into the old... pastry for me is overrated. It's also the death of me.
Oh. You mean like a croissant or a Danish?
I feel like post-COVID, we've been inundated with pastries.
What?
They were just too... Yeah, there's too many... It used to be you go to the continent and that would be a thing, wouldn't it? To get like a nice croissant and something. And now every fucking coffee shop in the country has these massive like almond croissants and stuff that are €7.50.
Yeah. I think this country turned a corner when we went from nuggets to goujons.
Agreed. And
I don't think we've ever come back from that.
No, and obviously, you know, this country turned a corner whenever we stopped serving ketchup in cafes and just did Ballymaloe relish. And of course, no.
You're editing this, not me.
I'll just bleep all of this.
And rocket. What the fuck is this like?
Yeah.
What's rocket? Everywhere. The green leaves.
I don't like rocket.
I don't like it either, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You order pasta, or can I get a carbonara? There's rocket all over it. Like, what the fuck is this all about?
Well, for me, the latest one is truffle. If you're going to have truffle on something, truffle isn't just the friend that you can bring along to the party knowing that he's going to get on with everybody. Truffle is your friend who, like, you know, occasionally fondles people's breasts without their consent. Like, truffle is, you can smell truffle from 3 restaurants away.
He is very overpowering.
You
right there.
cannot just be like, oh, the fries, they're truffled. Cool, tell me in advance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had them.
Once a year job.
Max. Yeah. For my junior cert, home economics, we didn't have an option to do home ec.
We didn't either.
I would have done it.
I would have 100% done that.
I know a fella who went to college and he was doing economics as one of the modules, and he says, what are we cooking? And I was like, oh, you would have paid big money to be in that lecture hall when you said that.
He's still there with his apron on. Let's go.
For my junior cert home economics class, I sewed through my finger on a sewing machine. Went to change the thread on the needle and kept my foot on the pedal and sewed straight through. The needle broke inside my finger.
Oh, God.
The teacher didn't believe me at first, but eventually did and sent me to the first aid teacher. She subsequently tried to remove it, but pushed the needle in further under my nail.
Oh, stop.
Ended up in A&E with rumours spreading that somebody had lost a finger. I hadn't. Nearly had to get plastic surgery. Ended well, though, as I wasn't allowed to sew again and the teacher finished my project. Got a better grade than I would have myself. Kept the needle after it was removed too. Good stuff.
Did you get stitches?
Like,
come on now.
Go. It was a little stitch up.
I like that. I like it. So, like, you were like, do you know what? Just fuck this up. Come here. Jab that into my hand there. Bang, there you go. A1.
Still trying to think of more needle puns.
Yeah.
Sharp, pointy.
Pull wool. Nana's minge.
I wonder have people done the thing where to avoid conscription, they shoot yourself in the foot.
Is that a thing that people did?
Yeah. Would you have considered it?
That's a very good question. Well,
for World War I, would you have gone, oh!
Famously, I say that I would have been, if, like, you know, the 1916 Rising, we all have these ideas, grand ideas of ourselves as men that we would love to. I would have been the worst person ever in the GPO or in the Rising. Oh, Mark, we're going to have you as one of the guerrilla
guys.
Lads. So you have to jump into
one of the guerrilla lads.
You have to jump into a ditch down here in West Cork, that West Coast ditch, in this scratchy fucking Aaron jumper. No thanks.
Yeah.
And just wait there for 9 hours. Good luck. No way.
Yeah, the triple lock is getting dissolved, so we might actually be talking about conscription a lot more going forward. But here we are.
I was driving through Mallow there recently, and there was a sign. It was we were like an hour away from Bale-na-Blaw, you know, where Mick Collins was killed. But there was a sign on the way, and it was like, guerrilla rebel site left 500 metres. I'm like, well, they never stood a chance.
That's
the massive sign.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to see you there, lad.
Like Anne Frank. Do you ever go to Anne Frank's gaff and the Wi-Fi is like Anne Frank's house, and you're like, well, there you go.
Watch it, Justin Bieber. Remember when he saw? That was unfair. I thought Justin Bieber went to Anne Frank's house, and he was like 17 or something, and he signed, and he was like, "Dear Anne, I hope you would have been a believer."
Yeah,
and people were like, "He should have been killed." It's like, the guy was plucked out of school at 13, and he's living the most.
Truth is, she would have been.
And she would have been. That's the reality.
That's fucking straight up about it. What's so different about her that she wouldn't have been a believer?
Exactly.
Come on now.
Well, yeah.
I stand by it.
My friend drank a pint of cayenne pepper and lemon water. The master cleanse diet thing. Before her junior cert exam. Ended up collapsing halfway through and had the shits on the floor. Had to get, you just like...
In the exam?
In the exam.
Jesus. Wait, what's the motive here? As like part of a diet craze?
Lose weight, yeah.
At 15?
That's shocking.
They're doing the junior.
Man, when we left, the year after I left school, apparently a third year kid suffered from heart failure from doing the roids for rugby.
Fuck off.
Genuinely, yeah.
During the exam?
No, nothing.
Oh, just wow,
school related.
Stress.
It's mental, isn't it? And I mean, the stuff I was selling him was good gear as well. So you know,
someone else.
He didn't. He had no case. I was sitting in my Leaving Cert biology exam. The superintendent was a retired lady, very much. That does say retired, by the way, was a retired lady, very much on the hard of hearing side. When she handed out all of the papers about 10 minutes into the exam, a girl in my class who was sitting the honours paper put up her hand. The superintendent came down to her and she whispered something to her. The lady couldn't hear her and she said, "Speak up." The girl in my class spoke again to her and all we could hear was the superintendent going, "You want to go to mass?" The place erupted and the girl in my class quickly was like, no. Turns out the girl had panicked and asked to drop back to the pass paper after scanning the honours one. you want to go to mass.
Are you allowed to do that?
No.
You're allowed to drop on the spot.
No.
Yes, you are.
On the day.
It depends on what
On
steroids
the
you have
day
to take.
of the
In.
exam.
No,
No.
you're not.
You are.
No,
You're
yeah.
allowed to drop your...
You're allowed to drop on the day, but I don't think you're allowed
On
to
the
drop
day.
after opening the paper.
Yes, on the day, if you can decide...
Here.
When they're handing out, they go honours or pass.
You
I'm
could say,
fairly
yeah.
sure you're allowed to say no, pass.
Yeah, but if I give you the honours paper and then I move on to hand out the rest, you can't say, hey, I don't like the look of this, give me the pass one.
I actually don't know.
Can you grade up?
Could a teacher...
You probably could.
Yeah.
Somebody out there clarify that for me, because I don't know if that's true.
I know people
Imagine
that
you're in
drop-
ordinary, go, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm
Give
chancing
me
it.
the
May
honours.
as well
Spilling
go
loads.
out with
Let's
a bit
do
of
this.
advice.
Yeah.
Blaze of glory.
Missed the exam as my boomer parents got deal on holiday where Maddie McCann went missing the year before.
Well, they get a discount probably.
Good stuff. Serious discount. You'd be proud of losing out if you didn't take advantage of those deals.
Missing the bleed leaving cert. Were you the year that they handed out the wrong paper?
Yes, I was.
That was your year?
Yeah.
And they rescheduled it for like 2 weeks after?
Yeah,
or something?
rescheduled paper 2. Was it Roscommon or Westmeath? I have a long-standing relationship.
Oh, they handed out paper
Roscommon.
1.
They gave,
Yeah.
in Roscommon, one school, they handed out paper 2 instead of paper 1.
Yeah.
So they had to then hand it back, and the entire nation was affected, and we had to reset it and they had to change it.
By like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
I know a young fella that slept her out then because it was like a Saturday morning.
Oh,
He
you're
slept her out.
right,
So
it
he had to
was.
repeat English the following year.
One of my best friends repeated the leaving cert and got worse than what he got the year before.
Oh.
I just...
How the fuck do they do that as well?
It's great in the drink and just sort of think, I don't really need to pay attention to it, because... And then they just fucking blow up again.
You're wasting a whole year of your life to correct the previous year.
I feel pretty strongly... I was chatting to my wife about this last night. Like, I would feel pretty strongly about repeating, unless the child really, really wants to
Yeah.
and is weighing up all options. I would worry about the sort of social ramifications and the emotional ramifications of a child saying to them, you have to, forcing your child to repeat the leaving cert, I think is like, maybe it's just because I'm projecting my belief in skill, but like, it's a fucking jail sentence, you know?
Because you're socially, you're
All of your
excommunicated.
friends are then going
Yeah.
out and
And you're not going to mix in with the 6 years. You're floating in your like normal civvy clothes. Like.
Yeah.
Can you do the exams alone again? Just the exams? Like you have to attend?
Well, like, as in, I think they have to attend. Now, in theory, you could just sign up to do the leaving
Yeah.
again and homeschool. But, like, I mean, for us, it was lads would go down to Lawrence's and Bray and do it. Or the posh ones would go into the institute and sort of just dial in for, a couple of classes a week. But, like, the idea of I would do anything other than that.
Yeah.
Sat behind my friend for the junior cert. We'd cough once if we were nearly finished, then twice if we were done. Both leaving the exam at the same time to go and have a sneaky fag down the back way. I fainted down this back way after getting lightheaded from a fag after our maths exam. I had epilepsy when I was a child, so when my mum heard that I fainted, she went into panic mode, taking me to the doctor because she was afraid it was coming back. Would I admit that I had a cigarette, so I just went along with it and went to the doctor after mum got an emergency appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, reasonable enough.
It's the whole fucking like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire coffin thing.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was great. But like, I'll cough once. That means like, just put your hand up. So I know you're leaving. I'm putting my hand up. I'm leaving as well. Oh, you don't even need permission. You can just leave.
Can you? No, you had to ask in our place.
Did you?
Yeah.
You weren't allowed leaving the last half an hour.
That was it. They said that, but then again, you just go, can I just go? They're like, yeah. Cool.
Put your hand up, and then do they follow you into the...
So this was what I was thinking of when you told me that we were going to be covering the exams. The best touch you could get was that fella who had to follow you to the toilet. It was always someone that was in transition year, and they got paid something like 3 something a week.
Yeah.
But like, you're 16 years of age. You're doing absolutely nothing but sitting there. Outside, by the way. You're not even sitting in the exam hall. You're sitting outside. And when someone goes to the toilet, you put down, Mark Megan went to the toilet. And you just walk to the toilet and back. Everybody knew. I went to a small
Did you
school.
cheat?
No, and I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
I didn't cheat, right? I did go to the toilet. Genuinely went to the toilet. I went, and the fella who was supervising, wherever follows you, was like, I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, do you know what I mean? As I'm at the urinal having a slash, I can hear someone in the cubicle rooting.
Fucking hate.
Rooting through a bag, right? Rooting through a school bag, and you can hear him going through books and what have you. He was obviously in a different classroom. But trust me, that fella definitely has more points on his licence than he got on his leaving cert. How do you cheat and still fuck her up?
I know.
But can we just say that in a fairly tight plan to keep things above, like keep them secret and keep an eye on people not cheating, right? It's fairly iron-proof, right? Up until the point
You're in the queue.
where you can literally leave the room and somebody of your own peer group
Yeah.
walks you in to a cubicle
Yeah.
And you can fucking
And
have
you
that
wanna
taped.
be that
And then you
fella
walk
who
out.
ratted.
And then it's like, right, sit down there now, Mr. O'Brien. You're going, at a very vital junction during the exam, you can walk into an actual cubicle
And just do...
and fucking read up your answers.
It's completely...
No one's going
But
to...
especially now.
But the thing is, by the way...
Or am I missing something? It's
the reason why I used to find it, the justice sensitivity, which I know is a trait with ADHD, but like, I didn't do the work in school, but I was like, I'm going to go up and take my scouting. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will take whatever it is that I get because that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And that's the game.
That's what you deserve.
Do you know what I mean? And particularly with Irish, whereas like I fucked around with Irish and like I should have pushed and tried to get an A, and I had an unbelievable... Her daughter actually listens to the show. My former Irish teacher, and her husband actually was my guidance counsellor. Two fabulous people. But I fucked around for Irish. I was like, damn, like I knew that I wasn't going to get the grade, but there was this one rat in our class, and it's all about averages, and he was cheating. Is this bad or not? I flushed his things down
notes.
the jacks before the exam started.
Wow.
I wouldn't have done it.
You destroyed his life.
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
Now?
Yes.
I wouldn't fuck it.
Then without you, he wouldn't have been a doctor.
But I just don't know. I didn't like the cheating.
Yeah.
Never did.
Imagine what it'd be like now, because
It's like
smart
pub quizzes though. People that cheat on pub quizzes, it enrages me. With the phone under the table. Get out.
But imagine how, like, smartphones are only really fucking evolving. I think, like, the first iPhone was out when I set the leaving cert. Imagine what it'd be like now. And then you have ChatGPT.
And then meta glasses and everything.
Oh, everything.
I mean,
like, it's all there for you to
even
cheat.
watches. Surely it's very much easier to cheat nowadays. Hey, Mark, not really a juicy disaster.
Sorry, that's a great name for a rapper. Juicy Disaster.
Juicy disaster. Yo, my name is Juicy.
Juicy Disaster. Yeah, come over.
Bend that ass down. You know I'll blast you. No one does it quicker, but I do it
JD in
faster.
the house.
Hey, Mark, not Juice WRLD, actually. Great rapper.
Yeah.
4 years ago, during a home
Is that
invasion.
all?
Shot to death.
Was it?
Yes.
A home invasion?
Yeah, home invasion gone wrong.
Who was the one that got killed on Instagram Live? Your man, XXX Tassian, whatever was fucking...
Oh, he was great, man. He was like looking like properly... He had a career ahead of him.
Yeah. Instagram Live, I'm nearly sure he was...
He was shot in his car, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm nearly sure he was on Instagram Live when it happened.
He was fucking
Someone
21 or something, man.
Yeah.
It's just this game that we choose, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It chose us, Mark.
These streets. That was me. Like, I used to have a private bus school. A little private bus took us into school every day from Fox Rock, and I'd be listening to Wu-Tang, being like, these streets, man.
Yeah.
I got to make it out of here.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
That is the reality. Every guy I know who grew up listening to hip-hop, like, deep down, we're like, man, we were made for this shit. And it's Mark, you couldn't have grown up further away from the life that you tried to espouse. You know what I mean? And also, if I was to walk through the Bronx, I'd last approximately 4 seconds before somebody would...
forget about it.
Do you know what I mean? I'd freestyle my way out, B-Rabbit style. Nevertheless... Not really a juicy disaster, but a person in my year stole my LCVP portfolio.
What the hell?
The subject was computers based, and you had to do projects and off-site work for the Leaving Cert. They stole my portfolio, or maybe this is a...
Sounds like a job seeker scheme.
Yeah. They stole my portfolio literally down to my dream job, work experience, and a heap of Leaving Cert VP. What does VP stand
A lot of letters being thrown around here.
Yeah, welcome to 2026, bro. I'm alright.
Out of here. What's with all these letters?
LCVP plus.
What's it now? Plus I.
Don't get me started on the PPVG.
And whatever you're having yourself. No, there's just... do you know what I mean?
It's the BIG.
Oh, fuck. My name is Juicy Disaster.
But I know something about you. You went to Michael's. That's a private school.
Radio City and Store Street is where I used to do my battle. Genuinely.
Right beside the Garda station, conveniently enough.
Let's go.
Wheeler.
I used to battle people in Wesley Disco and just own them. Me being the SWAT that I was, submitted mine really early, and I was doing LVCP as an extra subject for spare points.
Jesus Christ, you need to study this as a subject in the Leaving Cert to understand what the fuck.
I had no idea until results day. I failed LVCP, and so did he. A huge investigation happened, and it was found on CCTV being taken.
Sorry.
The fucking letters,
Not
man.
the LPVC on the CCTV.
I was called into the
OMG.
school with my parents, teachers, principal, and someone from the LGBT.
LOL.
Long story short, but I ended up
Long
passing.
story more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely not short.
Long story short, but I ended up passing, but the points changed. Karma does come around. So basically, this guy stole a project and got caught on CCTV.
There we go.
Shocking.
Wow.
That's really ratty.
That is extreme. I don't even know how to be sympathetic there because I don't know what the subject was.
I see, yeah, LCVP.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Sounds like something you need a cream for.
Is that the higher version? Like, do you know the way you have your leaving cert, then you have LCA? Sorry.
VP. Leaving
like-
certificate.
This is like the premium version.
I'm going to look it up, right? And both of you have your best guess.
Does
Okay.
the LC stand for leaving cert?
Yes, leaving certificate.
What is it again?
Visual
Project.
LCV.
LTVP. The P has to stand for project.
or physics. Physics, wait there. Leaving certificate. No, because it includes site work.
Oh, yeah. Calvin, you should kind of know this.
Oh, no.
Well, in so much as I think there was a kind of an episode you did similar enough that might have touched on this with a certain organisation, educational.
The IRA. But
For
I
the
thought.
cause. Go on. Put me on my misery.
Leaving Certificate Vocational Programme.
And what's that?
A leaving cert option that combines academic subjects with practical career
Yeah.
on enterprise skills.
I would love doing that.
Yeah, but I think the whole leaving cert should be that.
That's amazing. Yeah, a
100%.
mixture of both. 100%.
Like, it should be 80-20 on every single subject.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
As in 80.
Percent exams, 20% project based.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
Yeah, minimum. Some should be more. Did you do it for geography?
Yes, but I famously nearly got suspended over this because we had to do this special biome project.
Yeah.
And we were in our class like the day before that these biomes had to be submitted to the Department of Education, and nobody of either class had done them. So the two teachers were going back and forth between classrooms like, what are you guys sticking down for number 5? The teachers, like, not even the students. And one time the other teacher, like the third time he came in, be like, what are you putting down for like number 3? And my teacher trying to answer it, the two of them didn't have a clue, and I just stood up and I was like, guys, this is literally, and I just pretended to have to be blind with the walking stick. I was just like, yeah, follow me, lads. Like the blind leading the blind. Everybody laughed.
Did you get suspended?
I didn't get suspended. I got thrown out of the class and lectured, but
I got fucked out of school permanently.
Did you?
Just before leaving cert, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, got
For
told
what?
that.
Long hair, bleaching your hair. Rag.
That's a separate story to that. Done that as well. So our sports day was in like May, maybe start of May, and they take the 4th, 5th and 6th years, put them all together, make football teams out of them, and they call it the Woke Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was grand.
Wait, so that's mad having the mixture of years. We wouldn't have been able to do it in our school.
Yeah, but like you're throwing in a few hundred young blitz, and then your team will be like, oh, you'll have like 2 4th years, 3 5th years, 4 6, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's your teams. And we had just got a new principal who had a very strict regime, changed like the uniform, put cameras in the school. Really, like a lot of
Did
friction.
he used to work?
Could have.
No, I'm joking.
I don't think he
Remember
used to
that
walk in
guy?
fucking Auschwitz by the looks of things. But,
First port of call as the new principal, of course, will be to get the CCTV cameras.
The
Look,
LGBTV TVs.
are you sure, Greg, that's... Yeah, look, I've got a long list of to-dos, but we'll begin with the CCTV.
you weren't even allowed to wear white socks.
He started
If you wore
the-
white socks, you got sent home.
I am just interested that he starts off with uniform and CCTV.
But
What you're wearing at the moment is too conservative, you know what I mean?
It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
no, it wasn't conservative enough. But anyways, we had a lot of back and forth. There was a load of people getting fucked out
Yeah.
for like the least little thing. But we had an Irish teacher who was sound. And looking back now, he was probably only about bleeding 3 or 4 years
That's
older than
it,
us.
like, yeah.
So he was leaving, and his name was Mr. Glynn. And I scored, and I took my top off, and on the front it said, Glynn, please stay, because he was leaving. But on the back, the principal's name was Mr. Cullen. I had Cullen out. So when I scored, I went over to everyone, took my top off, and everyone was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And then I turned around and I was like pointing to the back.
Yeah.
And the teachers dragged me over.
Understandable.
Got called in Monday morning by the vice principal, who said he was working there X amount of years, and that's the most disrespectful thing he's ever seen in the school. Don't come back to the leaving cert. Now, bear in mind, the last 6 weeks of the school
They're complete
year,
slop anyway, yeah.
yeah, but like they're like block classes.
Yeah.
What do you need us to cover?
Yeah,
Let's do an hour on that.
Yeah,
I missed all of that.
Seamus Heaney.
All that, and then I come in with a mohawk then. Because Ireland were in the Euros in 2012. Mohawk dyed green, white and orange, and they tried to tell me to go home, and the examiner just laughed and was like, no, he can stay. Because it's nothing to do with the school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
Can
the
I
whole
just
thing
say
about-
this? That makes me so fucking mad that at that stage juncture in your educational career, they've gotten you so far.
Yeah,
Because of a
yeah.
fucking t-shirt. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to jeopardize your entire
Oh, yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Like that could have sent you off in a different direction.
Yeah.
Missing those 6 weeks.
Yeah.
For a fucking... Sorry, I'm so mad about this.
Don't even get me started on it, because I can go back 2 years.
It's
and
so
tell you what they've
malicious.
done as well. But
No, don't look.
Sorry, but that is so bananas.
Yeah.
To me.
I famously have, like, I would speak about how the amount of teachers that I encountered, when looking back, I'm going, you were supposed to be a fucking adult.
Yes.
How in God's name are you loco parentis? How are you the one in charge? Because you were the most preposterously mood driven. Like some of the behaviours that I witnessed from teachers, I'm going, how is this? How are you allowed near anybody? You would not get away with this working a 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean?
I remember there was a lad with special needs in our class, and he used to have an SNA with him. One of the teachers used to wind him up, and he'd get in like a fit of rage where he'd try and say something and she'd cut across him, keep cutting across him, wound him up, and the SNA would have to take him out, and I'd be like, you're at the bullying.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're literally at the bullying this young lad where now he has to miss a whole class to calm down. What the fuck did you get out of that? You know what I mean? And then when you it's only when you look back and you're like, geez, they were a bit like
sadistic, man.
Yeah. We had
some of them.
We had this substitute religion teacher come in, and he handed out miraculous medals to everybody, and then he asked, was anybody in the class Protestant? And one of the guys put up his hand. He'd just moved to Ireland from the UK, and he was like, cool, get out of our classroom. This class isn't for you. 6 weeks later, one of our mates' mums was watching the news, and he was found gun running for a certain Irish organisation across Germany. True story.
Wow. The teacher was?
Yeah, teacher was, yeah.
That's like that skit in Father Ted. Do you know where they're at the border, at the checkpoint? It's like, you think you know someone. And he makes them run for it.
Guys, you're very welcome back to the Weekly Roast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are new to the show, you know what to do. You just click follow wherever you're listening to your podcast now, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And also just thank you so much to everybody who's listening. And I'm not just mentioning this because Calvin is sitting beside me, but obviously we had a great month. We had 50,000 listeners 3 weeks ago. That's bananas.
In the 1 week?
In the 1 week.
Yeah, we called that a Tuesday.
Oh, oh, good.
There it is.
Those shots are fired.
There it is.
The thing is, though, is that I have the receipts for that week. And you wouldn't be telling the truth. Nevertheless, lines of inquiries completely bananas.
It's fucked it up for everybody.
I need to murder somebody in order to get
just
the
made an
praise
absolute
that
fuck.
It's just
It's
completely
fucked it up
insane.
for
I had a good joke. Do you ever see The Simpsons when they get all the dogs? Santa's little help. I don't know what happens. They get like the 100 dogs or whatever.
Yeah,
it's obviously a reference to 101 Dalmatians, and all the puppies are standing up and they're all like, oh, cute. And the cat stands up and they're like, get that damn cat out of the way. I was like, that's all of us with lines of inquiry. And then like one of us stands up and is like, yeah, you're yesterday's news, mate.
True crime is the way. If you wanted to just hit the fucking big time. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, you're very welcome back to the Weekly Roast, guys. It's a pleasure to be joining you for this Leaving Cert special in Michael's absence with our special guest, Calvin O'Brien, and of course, our beloved Ed Smith. If you want to keep in touch with the guys, you know what to do. Check out Calvin and Talking Bollox, and check out Egg as a regular, I was going to say regular contributor on Claire Byrne's new show.
That's right.
Claire Byrne has a new show.
You're being sarcastic.
On the radio?
Yeah.
I thought you meant on the podcast.
She has a podcast.
She has a podcast as well. Incidentally, we also beat Claire that week, so...
Is she doing well?
She's doing very well, yeah. How's it going on Claire's show?
She is, can I just say,
powerhouse?
The greatest humans I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. I haven't had many encounters with her, but I was on her show and she was fucking sound.
Gem.
She's a legend, yeah.
Sound.
Genuinely one of the soundest people I've ever met.
She's one of those people that I don't know her. I know my wife knows her, but just from seeing her on, like, seeing clips of her from before when she was in RTE and then on the new show with you, like, she strikes me as one of those people that is so nice, but I would fucking hate to be on the receiving end of an interrogation.
She sits, her posture is the first thing you'll notice. You go in, she is rigid straight.
Yes.
And you're going, fuck. And then she'll burst into laughter, this beautiful, warm waterfall of absolute, sincere gorgeousness that kind of flows over your life and into your soul.
Yeah.
I'm cool about it, though.
Yeah.
But she
hasn't responded to the poems I've said before.
Listen, they're written in my arm.
Yeah. And it's
with a compass.
Red ink. At least we think it's ink.
You have to hold up a mirror, Claire. I couldn't do it backwards. Claire!
Come back.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we ready for this?
Let's go.
Did my leaving cert in 2015, which was also the year the Kylie Jenner lip challenge was popular.
What?
Don't remember it. Which is when you suck your lips into a cup. Again, assuming it's the lips in the mouth. Decided the night before my French oral was a good time to give it a go. Exam day, my lips were still very swollen and quite bruised on top of that. The poor examiner had a very confused face trying to differentiate between my P's from my B's. So, did you come in her PJs?
Oh,
No. Give him BJ, sorry.
There we go.
Mark, you're fluent in French, eh?
I wouldn't be fluent, but I would have good French.
Yeah, I have a good ear for French.
Okay.
As in, like, if you were speaking, I could tell what you were talking about.
Okay.
And I used to work with two lads who, they were fluent in French, not from France, and I used to be able to tell when they were talking about me. And basically, they were like, blah, 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 travailler. And I was like, are you trying to say I'm not working hard enough? And they were like, oh, you speak French? I was like, no, just now travailler is the verb to work. Yeah, wherever, sound.
Travago.
Il Travailla. Kylie Jenner lip challenge. We didn't have that. Well, that's 2015.
2015. That's.
Oh man, the trends in school when I was there was we had the American Dream, which
Planking.
is
what was that?
American Dream was when you got down on all fours and you go for like 90 seconds, right?
This is a rugby thing.
No, you do. You get down on all fours for 90 seconds and with your hands between like that, like you're doing a leapfrog, and you go. Breathe in like that, and then you stand up and they push against your chest and you go into like, you basically have this like mini seizure.
Were you Me Too before Me Too was a thing?
Genuinely.
Bryce, what is wrong with...
What's wrong with private schools? Where do you want me to start?
That's the least of it.
Genuinely. Was that not a thing with you guys?
No.
I think like a rush. You get like a rush of blood to the head and you get lightheaded.
You sort of nearly faint, but then you get this, apparently you get this, this rush. But like I've seen people seize. Fully siege.
We had something like that, but we weren't getting down on all fours.
That was in the trend. Other trends, just extreme bullying. Really.
Yeah. Homophobia.
Yeah, rampant homophobia, bullying, closed-mindedness.
Some legend would bring a bird of drugs into school and have her in the lock-on. You'd be like, I have a 20 bag in my lock-on. You'd be like, what use is it there, mate?
There'd be no hash in our school.
No
hash in our school. Smoking, we smoked. No gear, though. Really. Actually, I think when I was leaving school... No, when I was in sixth year, I don't think anybody in our school. I think one lad in our year done pills. It went from 0 to 90. As in, like, once
I see people doing pills in school.
Did you? Yeah.
It was TY now, so you probably got away with it a bit easier, but still.
Yeah, that's mad,
isn't it? And do you know, looking back on it, you're like, what the fuck were you trying to prove? There was no peer pressure, and you're like, you do the least. Like, if you got cheeky with a teacher, you were like, I'm a legend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you're like, mate, are you pushing the bar up that high? Like, you know what, I'll just take drugs in school.
But a shit place to do it. Like,
that's what I mean.
When you're coming up on a pill,
and you're going into double geography, like
fucking double maths. Yeah.
In college, I studied outdoor adventure management. We did all things outdoors. I sort of got that with the degree title. At the end of the year, we had a mountaineering exam, and one question was, "What's the country code?" Which is leave nothing but footprints and take nothing but photos. One girl came out and said, God, that was such a weird question. We all thought, no, the country code is pretty standard. After a full year in college, it was something that everybody did often. However, for her answer, she put down +353.
That was my first thought. That was my first thought.
Yeah, and again, I'm not a mountaineer.
Right, yeah.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, +44.
So, in the wrong game. JC Invigilator was caught asleep in an exam and fired. He was a larger gentleman, and as our hall was so big, he would have to take a break whilst distributing the papers. That's like... It was too much for him. It's too much for him, the exam hall. You can't be employing... Poor man clearly had serious health issues. Our papers would be wet with sweat from his hands and wiping his face on his way around the room. He shouldn't be wiping the face.
He shat.
You've got that as well. Yeah.
I was up front for one exam and he bit into a piece of orange and the juice sprayed onto my paper and into my mouth. Why did you have your mouth open?
I'd rather stick the needle in my finger.
Yeah. Some of the hiring, like, you have to look at who the HR is behind some of the invigilator hiring process.
Sorry, I know this might be very obvious, but do you know the chest of exams, papers they have in the fucking hall?
Yes.
That has every single exam paper ever for that whole leaving cert cycle.
What?
Oh no, just for that, whatever that subject is.
That's just that subject.
Because a little callback to how the fuck did they fuck her up with the paper 1 and paper 2?
So they obviously just distribute the wrong box.
Box was delivered, I'd imagine. They just took open. Yeah.
Find out.
Here's one for you. Would you say there is an advanced cheating scandal yet to be exposed in Ireland involving family members of the HSE who get their hands on papers in advance.
Not the HSE.
Or not the HSE.
The Board of Education.
Board of Sorry.
Yeah.
What are they again? The Board of Education?
Department of Education.
Department of Education, yeah.
You just both failed that.
Yeah.
Quite badly.
We should have listened harder in our LCVC exam.
Irish Rail, is it? I'd imagine all kinds of shenanigans. Yeah, 100%. Okay, here it is. Your kids doing the Leaving Cert. You're in some position that you could get access to those papers.
Yeah.
They pulled the trigger.
Are you having a look?
Definitely not.
No?
Unequivocally not.
But you could probably most likely get away with it.
No, because I want to instill a non-linear approach to life with Rosie, wherein they're not these fucking just like timeline, D-Day, that's the moment, it all, do you know what I mean? I really want to get into this sort of like ebb and flow mentality of like, let's not, there will be good things, there will be bad things, we will try our best at things, but this idea of just tunnel vision towards fucking milestones, we just hurtle our way through lives and then we wake up and we're 35, you've got arthritis and you realise you pissed away a lot of it already.
Yeah,
do you know
and then everything else is a failure after that.
You know, I just feel like the way that the Leaving Cert is, it's weird. I have a strange relationship with Irish education because on the one hand, I never went to third level education and my secondary school education has stood to me and still stands to me. And when you go out and like I lived in the UK for a decade, I mean, fucking hell, man, you really realise then how valuable that Irish education is. So we are blessed with the teachers that we have, and I know that curriculums, there's lots of questions around them, but by God, I have a considerably more, like a broader sense of the world than lots of people in the US or the UK that I've encountered in my experience in terms of like who may have some specialised knowledge in like technical fucking drawing, but you know, in terms of building like well-rounded students with some level of knowledge around life, right? I think the Irish education system is phenomenal.
That stands for third level as well, though.
Yes, well, exactly. Well, obviously I haven't been, but from what I gather.
Yeah.
So I suppose I do have a weird relationship with it, but then what I'm trying to say is I have a love-hate relationship with the Leaving Cert because in one ways I think it is an unbelievable exam, but I also though...
You shouldn't be measured to someone...
idea of like, for instance, I was always good at maths in primary school. Like always got 100% in the tests, okay? I failed my Christmas exam my parents had just been divorced. I was in a really bad place. I was went from bullying people to being bullied and all the rest in the first year of school. I was like a mess. And I failed my Christmas exam in maths. I failed lots of my exams because I just wasn't attending school. And then that was decided then that I was in pass forever.
Yeah.
And my mum tried to get me up to, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, no. And then as a result of me being told I could never do anything, I was like, well, why would I bother trying? And that's all my shit. Like, that's my fault. But one I don't want to say error, but one bit of like a lapse in judgment by a 13-year-old.
Yeah, and
all
of a snowball effect.
You were done for your life with maths. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's mad? Because I'm class at maths. Even now, like today, I'm so good at maths in my head and applying it to general day-to-day life. I'm fucking class at maths. It's one thing I pride myself on. I missed, in the run-up to the Leaving Cert, I missed one class in higher level maths. And the next day I went in, the teacher says, you better not go into ordinary and you won't be able to catch up. I remember thinking to myself, like, is it not your job to make sure that, you know what I mean, you rise the tide here for all of us. So all the boats are lifted, rather than be like, here, we're cutting you off, you're fucking dead weight here, pal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I went down to ordinary, didn't bother me bollocks, because I'm like, I know I'm better than this.
Yeah.
So again, you're at that age where no one can tell you any different anyways. Yeah. So I didn't study, got a B1. But not studying, but I'm thinking to myself, like, no, looking back, you're like, Jesus, here's what you're going to need to catch up. It's one class I missed. One class. One day of school,
I had
one
that
maths
in our
class.
school with French where they're like, oh, we're going to put you in French too. I was like, because the teacher didn't like me and she's like, we'll put you in French too. I was like, what's French too? I was like, I'm getting unbelievable results in French. I don't want to go down to French too. It's like, oh no, like it's honours as well. It's just French too. And I was like, but what do you mean it's honours as well? Because the honours, there's only one honours class. She goes, no, we're teaching the honours. It's just that most of the people in this class will do pass on the day. And I was like, cool, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking be here. But she just didn't like me. So it was like, get out of my sight.
Yeah.
But then that's dictate her personal feelings towards me as a 16-year-old kid is dictating the outcome of my overall exam.
Yeah.
And that for me is just, I have a problem with that.
Do you know one thing I do have a problem with the attitude that people have now, and I do get it, it can be contradictory, but you know, it definitely won't define you. I don't think there's an exam in your lifetime that you can sit that will define your overall
Test.
Well, that as well. Yeah. Very good, Mark.
Maternity
Very
test
good.
with the Thai lady of the night.
Very good.
When you're on your honeymoon.
Of course, the Leaving Cert won't define you, and you can fail it, and life isn't linear, and I get that. But you've got here through 12 years of education.
Yeah.
More. Some people have done leaving transition year. Why not give you a best shot? Because if you do well in this,
Agreed.
it can give you the springboard to fucking, by the time you're 23, to be absolutely set to do whatever you want. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there is other avenues, there is other opportunities in life, and I get that, but I mean, like, imagine, as I said to you, Mark, you got 450. Like, that is fucking class to me in the Leaving Cert. Imagine what you could have gone and done at 18 then with those 450 points.
And then also on a bigger level, I also do a firm believer in, like, life should be uncomfortable at times.
Yes.
And I think in order to experience the release, you need the tension, right? And like that summer after the Leaving Cert felt like this fucking formative coming of age. Like, yeah, you're liberated now from that, but you have to go through the shit to feel like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think we are in an era which is becoming too, and I choose this carefully because I like coddled. Do you know what I mean? Where we're like allergic and soft to any sort of discomfort is perceived as negative, whereas actually no. Like, so studying isn't supposed to be fun all the time. Work isn't supposed to be enjoyable all the time. So and we can't just. I'm conscious as well of, like, say, because I have a daughter. If Rosie doesn't like something, that doesn't mean that she doesn't do it.
Yes.
And just because something isn't enjoyable, that doesn't mean, you know, like in the way that nobody wants to be bored anymore. Boredom is perceived to be this massive problem. Whereas, like, no, just fucking be bored.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
like
exercise.
Yeah.
During exercise, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking rotten. You just want to stop. You don't want to keep going.
Yeah.
That's it. Get me out of this.
Yeah.
But the reward is after. When you're finished, you get that reward and you feel fucking fantastic. That's what it's like.
And I still remember lots of things that I learned when I was in sixth year. So.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my brother because he's actually sitting the Leaving Cert. Shout out to AJ.
Is that AJ who I met in the studio?
That's Jesse.
That's Jesse.
So AJ's the next one up.
Okay.
So he's doing his Leaving Cert now, and it was his graduation last week. So I was like, oh, what's the plans? They went for a meal with the teachers.
Mental.
Isn't it? Isn't that mad?
That is brilliant.
Mental.
Isn't that mad?
I think that's great.
I was like, what? You went for a meal and then for a few drinks and then they all went out, and I was like, that is absolutely
That's good.
Like, that blew my mind. I was like, I can't get around it. I can't process that.
Yeah.
That information went into my brain.
Isn't that progress?
I don't know where to
that
put
is
this.
progress as a society, I think.
Did anybody shag any of the teachers when you were in school?
Yeah.
Did
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm not even joking with you. Yeah, it's actually a big thing. And I swear to God.
Okay, we'll do a couple more before we hit the road from this Leaving Cert.
He wants to rush it now because he wants to
Yeah. He wants to-
Right, come on, Calvin.
like Buster Rhymes reading them out over there.
I went to my friend's house who was fluent in Irish the night before my Irish LC oral to help save me. So I'm very bad at languages. He was teaching me very basic sentences but kept throwing the Irish word for sexy into my sentences. Who is this friend? Is it a friend of your parents?
Was his name Father Colin?
Friend of the law? Long story short, the examiner was asking me about my best friend, who she is and why she is my best friend. Of course, I ended up saying, my best friend is Quiva. I really like her because she is very sexy.
Oh.
Examiners
A+.
were smiling as I asking me why was she also doing the oral today. I said, yeah, she's in right after me, and their faces smiled again. When I realised what I had said, I ran to my Irish teacher and explained what had happened, worried. She told me they can't give me a bad grade because of my sexual orientation.
Oh.
I am and always have been straight, just very bad at languages. I don't think
LCVP plus.
I don't think the orientation will come into it more so just the referring to people as sexy, no?
What is that Irish word for sexy?
Is it Gnesuk?
Very good.
I think so.
Okay, here's one for you. I'm going to finish on these last two. I can't recall the full facts. I'm going to have to remove a place name of this because it's outrageous. I can't recall the full facts, but this is of your vintage. You might remember this.
Why don't you just say it and then bleep it?
Recall
the
full
20s
facts, but around 1952. No,
I was in hedge school.
after the Wall Street.
After Gerta Moore.
I can't recall the full facts, but around 1997,
Oh, yeah.
a brother impersonated his brother in and sat a Leaving Cert exam for him. The father was the principal in the school at the time and was removed from his job over it. It was in the papers.
Fuck. A twin.
You'd hope twin.
No. Well, wouldn't the twin then be sick?
Twin would be too obvious.
Yeah,
They'd
because surely the twin would be doing the exams.
yeah.
Unless it was like something that.
There was some kind of mad
It
medical
because it
situation.
can't be like, oh, how do you know it's me? Well, you're in the wheelchair course. Do you know what I mean? They had the little ramp out for you at the front. We knew
Because
it
this
wasn't
is an all
Eamon,
boys
you know
school,
what I mean?
Lisa.
Yeah, like
Yeah, exactly.
completely insane. Oh, but the brother is an awful.
She threw on a mustache.
How
How are you?
How does that come out as well? If they'd asked the principal, like how, and the brothers do the switcheroo, how did that get out?
There's so like parents' desire to live vicariously through their children is fucking mad stuff in itself. Right, last but not least, my friends, this has been the Leaving Cert special, and we're going to love you and leave you thereafter. In my junior cert mocks, I was asked what was the Wall Street crash.
Oh no,
I had no idea because I didn't study. Well,
I'm going to make a cruel joke if this doesn't come.
but I remembered a picture of a train in the history book beside a collapsed wall. So thought, oh great, that's that sorted. So when I answered, when a train crashed into a wall in Wall Street. After the mocks, he called it out to the whole class as one of the worst answers he had ever received. Prick. I mean, yeah, definitely a prick, but like...
I thought they were going to say something about Diana, but here we are.
Oh, God.
Jesus, Gav. It's still too soon.
Diana was 97, funnily enough.
97, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I remember it well.
I was in the UK when she died.
Oh, were you, Mark?
Public wailing. Never seen anything like it. Genuinely. The
It was
streets-
a
I was
bananas
in Chester
time,
or
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have never... I think I must have been over to see United. And... Because it was my brother's... Well, not in 97. No, it would have been my communion.
Mark Megan over in Old Trafford in the 90s, in the heyday.
Coventry, 3-0.
United.
Who scored?
David Beckham.
Fuck, I'm impressed.
David Beckham, Jonathan Greening and Carl Poborski.
It must have been a cup match.
It would have been the FA Cup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dark horse, you are me. Fuck.
Man, my 90s ball knowledge is unrivaled. I could tell you Luke Chadwick's fucking date of birth.
You probably could, yeah.
So, anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the Weekly Rose Leaving Cert special.
He's had to get in there
With me, Mark Megan, your host, Cavan O'Brien, the co-host, and Ed Smith, our beloved producer. What Ed's going to come in with some Ganesa.
The game was once played on a frozen pitch and Coventry won 1-0 through a Keith Houchin goal. Recently, oh, wait a minute.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
1-0. Oh,
That's
God.
not the match I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stop Googling. Nevertheless,
What's sexy in Irish, Ed?
It's actually Ganesul.
Ganesa, I was thinking, because Ganesa could be sexual. So,
Boys.
on a wire fod. Nevertheless, Gurmila Maga to everybody who's been
There you
listening.
miss your Kura,
If you are sitting the Leaving Cert this year, do not worry, do not fret. Time is the greatest healer of all things. If you do very well, it's not going to make as big of a difference as you think it will. If you do really bad, it's not going to make as big of a
You
difference.
can
as
always
think it will.
reset it, and if you can waffle on a microphone, Darren Cleary will give you a podcast.
Here we
Absolutely.
are, 15
Look at
years
us,
later.
lads. Look at
Do you
us,
know what
the
I
three
mean?
of us.
We're making a career out of it.
Okay.
Guys, as always, it's a pleasure. We'll be back to business as usual next week, and I love you, and I will leave you, and take care. Good luck.
Mark Megan's Weekly Roast, a GoLoud original. With thanks to butternutbox.com, delivering tailored meals straight to your door. Because fresh food means happy dogs.